Colleagues, as you know, Canada is truly blessed with the longest and most spectacular coastline on the planet. Our wild fisheries are the envy of the world, and our pristine waters are the home to many rare species and valuable ecosystems. And they are also the traditional territory of many of Canada's Indigenous peoples. This wealth of water and Arctic sea ice comes with a number of important responsibilities, including the protection of a clean marine environmental legacy. Parallèlement, nous devons accroître la sécurité maritime pour améliorer les possibilités de transport de marchandises et permettre à la fois de stimuler et de protéger l'économie des collectivités côtières partout au pays. While we're gathered here in this great city of St. John's tonight, our colleague Prime Minister Trudeau, at this very moment, is in Vancouver making this historic announcement to protect Canada's marine waterways, Canada's coasts, improve marine safety, and also speak directly to Indigenous reconciliation. Canada has been a proud maritime country for decades, but we have never been an isolated country. We are an expanding trading nation whose ports and marine corridors are increasingly becoming more and more active. This is a concern to many, but Prime Minister Trudeau has been very clear with us, colleagues in the House of Commons, and with all Canadians. A strong economy and a strong environment must necessarily go hand in hand. Alors, pour aller de l'avant, nous avons consulté des Canadiens pour entendre leurs suggestions concernant la sécurité maritime et la manière dont on peut l'améliorer. Comme il fallait s'y attendre, les gens avaient des opinions bien tranchées à ce sujet. En tant que gouvernement, nous avons porté une grande attention à ce que les Canadiens et les Canadiennes nous ont dit. Canada's Ocean Protections Plan, which we're announcing today, is an ambitious, whole-of-government approach that involves working with provinces and territories, Indigenous peoples across the country, industry, environmental organizations, coastal communities, and a host of other partners to further protect our coasts and waterways in the Pacific, in the Arctic, and here in Atlantic Canada. So as Minister of Fisheries, Oceans, and the Canadian Coast Guard, I was especially pleased with the details of this announcement and what it means for Canadians. Under the Oceans Protection Plan, our government is putting a number of concrete measures in place to strengthen our Coast Guard and enhance marine safety. This will help prevent marine pollution from happening and ensure a stronger, more coordinated and robust response in the circumstances where there are pollution incidents. The Coast Guard's 24/7 emergency response capacity will be strengthened, so our men and women in uniform have the tools and resources they need to respond to maritime emergencies and ensure a coordinated response that will better protect the coastal environment on all three coasts. We will create, for example, a Canadian Coast Guard auxiliary for the Arctic to bolster response to emergencies and pollution incidents in Canada's north. We will deploy our Coast Guard icebreakers that are so critical to ensuring the safety of marine traffic in the Arctic to be more in line with the increasing traffic patterns in that region. Towing capacity will also be increased right across the country. In fact, towing kits will be installed on all of the Coast Guard's major vessels to improve the capacity to quickly take action and avoid potential disasters. So over 20 large Coast Guard vessels, like the ones we see behind us today at this special ceremony, will quickly be equipped with the latest state-of-the-art towing packages to ensure they can respond to emergencies in a way that perhaps wasn't possible before. These are some of the things that we're doing across the country. The Prime Minister is laying out in Vancouver as we sit here tonight some of the details for that coast. But there is a specific reason why I'm happy to be here in St. John's this evening with all of you. As we had committed to doing in the last election campaign, I am pleased to announce that we are reopening the St. John's Maritime Rescue Sub-Centre reopening the St. John's Maritime Rescue Sub-Centre within, at the most, the next 18 months. We will have an enhanced capacity and additional highly trained, highly skilled personnel, men and women who will serve Canadians from this new reopened Maritime Rescue Sub-Centre. This is a promise our government made to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador, and we're honoring that commitment here this evening. And I know how many times Judy Fudd and Scott Sims, who were serving with us, and Yvonne Jones in the previous Parliament, how many times we said to ourselves and to the now Prime Minister the importance of this facility to the people of this great province. So tonight we're delivering on that commitment, but Premier Ball and Minister Crocker, we're also going further. Ce centre de sauvetage fournit une capacité d'intervention régionale vitale. Il permettra de répondre aux besoins du milieu maritime unique et difficile de votre province et de favoriser une coordination efficace et en ce temps opportun qui est nécessaire pour pouvoir intervenir en cas d'incident maritime. But I'm also pleased to announce tonight that 2 new Coast Guard stations will be built here in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador in the Twillingate and Bay de Verde areas. And goody, it's coming. We will also be refurbishing and renovating and improving the existing St. Anthony's Lifeboat Station as well. We're not done yet. In addition, colleagues, to further equip our Coast Guard, we will be building 2 new state-of-the-art radar stations. One will be built in the Strait of Belle Isle, while the second will be in the Chedabucto area of Nova Scotia. We will be working with Indigenous partners to assess environmental risks and to respond quickly to marine emergencies.